Was it a bug?
It was big.
Whew, it's a steamy one this morning, but chores got to be done. Let's go. If you want, you can go out and up, and I'll wait on Ray Ray. You can go ahead and get started. Can you wait till we go feed, little one? Ready, little girl?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, off we go. Ray Ray's got the kittens, and I'll start working my way up, okay?
Okay.
So we didn't want to say it while it happened, just for safety, I guess. But the kids just got back from 4-H camp, and me and Jen loved 4-H. We were in 4-H, and the summer camp is so much fun. It's just about a week long, but they're moving a little slow today because they are still recovering from a very long week of a lot of fun, but also being very, very busy. It's like Wyatt's out. Thank you. It's like Wyatt's already got the chickens taken care of. These chickens and guineas. What'd you think of 4-H camp? Did you like it? Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
You happy to be home though?
Yeah.
Ray Ray, just get a half scoop and just throw it in your coop, okay? You don't have to put it actually in the feed bucket. We're trying to get it all to come out. So a lot of Raelynn's chickens that you can see, like see the turkins here, and these just little prairie bluebell eggers that are hanging around. Most of them have came out, but there's just a few of them that are still staying in the coop, like the polars. They don't want to come out. Come on, big mama, you better come down here and eat. They all good in there? Yeah, all right. I think Mr. Turk missed y'all. They've been kind of slacking. I don't know if it's the heat or what's going on because they're so hot, but...
We're not there now. Yeah.
Huh?
Because we're not there.
Yeah, it's because y'all weren't here. That's exactly right. They're like, well, the little kids aren't here to get the eggs. I ain't worried about it. We have a brood, or she thinks she's being broody, but this thing, it rolls the eggs down so she's never on any eggs. So we just take her out and put her back in there. Yeah, she looks for her eggs. Ray Ray, do you have fun at 4-H?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy to be back, or would you have liked it to have been longer?
Maybe just a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. Very good job on y'all's first day back doing the chores. It's like treating a dog with new tricks, right? Once you got it, or no, it's like riding a bike. Once you got it, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just fed Rusty down here checking out the garden. Got all kinds of little big baby green tomatoes on there. They're starting to get a little size on them. I've done had to tie them up a few times since we last talked. Like, look, this one's already well over the cattle pedal. So we have got good growth. Now it's time to have good tomato growth. We have harvested our first jalapeno. We have harvested like 6 cucumbers, and I just harvested 3 banana peppers. Like, this is the earliest pepper year we've ever had, but it's hot. It's hot, so it makes sense. But already, summer's starting to get by me. That's some cucumbers that are probably about 2 days too long on the vine, but they'll still eat just fine. For the pickling side of things, you actually want it more in that middle one. So it's not a big cucumber. It's not one that you would just slice, but when you're making pickles, that's the perfect size. And actually, look at here. We actually have some more banana peppers that are ready. Yeah, buddy.
So we've told you guys many times how we are just really focused on having an old-fashioned summer, giving our kids that just natural farm experience with their friends, just having a slow down summer, not being on the go 24/7, and just kind of embracing into them and teaching them and letting them learn their own interest and the things that they're interested in, and just keeping them busy but with healthy, wholesome stuff.
Right.
So our kids recently went to summer camp.
Yeah.
We kept it to ourselves until they were back home, obviously. But they had a great week, and they went to 4-H camp. So that's something that we did as kids. Always an awesome experience. And I just happened to come across it, and I was like, all right, we should send our kids. And it was not a normal experience because they're not used to stuff like that. You all know they're homeschooled. They're always with us. We're always together 24/7. So it was a kind of a little bit of a scary thought. We were all a little bit nervous, but also excited and anxious about it. They ended up having the best time ever. And the whole reason we're even bringing this up is because when we told like some of our friends and family that they were going, a lot of people just didn't know that one still existed, or two, like everybody thinks that 4-H is just showing animals and you know, the agricultural side of it, but there's also stuff like that. And while they are also involved in that stuff, there's also many more aspects to it. And it's a really great organization for kids at least 9 and up. I know they have clover buds for smaller kids, but starting at 9 you get to be in the actual bigger kid 4-H, and there's just so much stuff for them to do. It prepares them in so many ways. It grows their confidence. It really lets them figure out who they are in a really safe and wholesome environment. So yeah, they got to do that, and I think that they will probably do it every year.
Yeah. So yeah, like she said, 4-H has so many different activities. That we're talking from gardening, from archery, from rifle, from arts and crafts, from like digital photography and editing. It's literally a wholesome overall thing. Cooking, outdoor cooking, indoor cooking, crochet, sewing, all those life skills that like kids should know and adults should know too. And so it's really cool that 4-H offers that, and this is like the aspect of this video is just to open your eyes to what is available, because it is nationwide. 4-H is everywhere, and it's not just in the South or anything like that, but it is so much more. So before we dive into it a little bit from an adult standpoint, she did a little interview with the kids, and we wanted you really just to hear from the horse's mouth on what they thought.
Okay, so Raelynn is 9. She'll be 10 in September. And she had her first experience at 4-H camp, so we're going to interview her and ask her a few questions, what she thought, and all that good stuff. So what was your favorite part of 4-H camp?
I'm not sure. Probably like making new friends and hanging out with them. That was very fun. And nature art class was very good.
Yeah,
very fun.
What did you do in there?
We went out on a hike to get things like leaves, rocks, and lily pads from the river and all that, and we went back to like picnic tables next to the playground, and we made them as like stamps with paint. We put paint on them and we stamped them on paper.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
What would you say was your least favorite part of 4-H camp?
The storms and missing them.
Yeah, there was a lot of storms. That was like our last stormy week. I felt like the last week of spring, but there was a lot of storms. We were worried about them the whole time. They did have a storm shelter though, just in case, but you never had to go to that, did you?
I did not.
And you missed us. Of course, we missed them too. If you could rate 4-H camp 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, what would you rate it?
100.
100.
Would recommend.
Perfect. So that was actually the next question I was going to ask you is, would you recommend it to other people your age and Wyatt's age?
Yes.
Yeah?
And like plenty other ages, like you can go to 14, 15, because you can do CITs and all that, so you could do training, and at the end of camp they would give you an award to see if you got in or not. And most of the people got in, so it was very fun.
That's cool.
Watching them being happy.
The last question I have is, obviously 4-H camp is a part of 4-H, but it's not all of 4-H. Like we've been doing all those classes and stuff. So would you also recommend that to people?
Yes, they're very fun. And for like art class, there's a county fair that you would enter your things in you made there, and it's just really fun.
Yeah.
Would recommend.
Mm-hmm. So I asked Raelynn if there was anything else that she wanted to share, or if she felt like she said enough. And she said she wanted to talk about the Sally experience, which is pretty much everyone's favorite part of 4-H, especially when you are a young adult tween kind of age. So you want to tell them about that?
Yeah. So it was the first night, and I was just standing there. I thought it was just going to be boys and girls, but people were going together, and I had no friends at that time because it just started. So I was just sitting there, and this one girl, like, I don't know if I should leak her name, but
no names.
Alright. She came up to me and she said, "You want to Sally?" And I said, "Sure." We sallied. We had a great time. It's very fun, and it would be recommended if you had crushes. Because I did Sally with my crush.
Oh, so cute. We've tried. Unfortunately, he was from a different county, so
Franklin.
Yeah, that's okay. So do you want to tell them what Sally is? Because a lot of people aren't going to know.
Yeah, so Sally is kind of like so-called a dance 4-H created, 4-H camp. And like, you kind of just skip with somebody, you hold their hand on the other side, and you just like swing and skip through a circle, and they would play music, they would dance. There's like 4-H dances and all that. So So it was very fun.
Yeah. In Zach and I's opinion, Sally Down the Alley is a really wholesome way to kind of get kids into, obviously they're young and they're tweens, like they're getting there, they're young adolescents, and they're starting to, have crushes and all that fun little stuff, the first little boyfriends and girlfriends, the things that aren't serious, but it's just a good time, and it's something that you really need to foster with kids so that it can be appropriate, it can be age appropriate, it can be wholesome, and not go too far, but also encouraging them that we understand, like we get it how you're feeling, we've been there too, so here's a wholesome way to kind of incorporate that. And it's, when I say wholesome, it's like she talked about, they skip basically around the circle in the shelter house and they hold hands, and it's just a really, really cute thing. They got music playing and all that. I think they ended up having like a band and glow stick, glow night, all that stuff. So it's just a wholesome way of boys and girls to start connecting, basically. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Wyatt, and he is 11. He is about to be 12 in a few weeks, and he went to 4-H camp too. They both went together, which was really cool. If you have siblings, definitely look into sending them both so they at least have that kind of buddy and support system. But I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite part about 4-H camp?
Well, I liked how we did a lot of activities.
Mm-hmm.
And when we didn't do activities, we still had something to do, like we would play the playground or we would just hang out together. Because they wouldn't just send us to our cabins just to just lay down and just be bored. Like they actually let us play and run around and stuff, so I thought that was fun.
Yeah. Okay, what was your least favorite part about 4-H camp?
It was really hot, but that's not really something they can control. It was raining a lot too, so we couldn't really do all the activities that I wanted to do. But I mean, for the most part, it was really just fun. There weren't any really bad stuff about it.
Yeah. What was your take on feeling homesick? Did you feel homesick? How did you deal with that, etc.?
Well, I mean, obviously, the first day, there was a little bit of tears, I was going to miss them a lot.
There was tears on our side, too.
Yeah, everybody was sad. It's because, the thought of you're not going to be able to see them for 5 days is kind of tough.
Yeah.
Because they're my parents. I see them literally every day. But, yeah, I mean, I did feel a little homesick throughout the days, but a lot was just happening that it was kind of hard to think about home.
They kept you busy.
Yeah, they kept you busy, so you weren't just pouting about missing your mom and dad.
And we did write you letters, so did that help? If you got homesick, you would read the letters and stuff?
Yeah, I would take the letters and I'd put them in my bag so that I'd carry them with me everything I did. So, I mean, yeah, every time I would get homesick, I'd probably read them.
Yeah, so little things like that we did to send with them just to try to combat the homesickness a little bit and let them know that they're loved even though we're not with them.
Mm-hmm.
So when we told you that you were going to 4-H camp, you didn't really know what to expect. We did watch a few videos, but what did you expect out of it, and did it meet your expectations?
Well, I mean, first off, when you said I was going to 4-H camp, I thought you were joking. I didn't actually know you meant it. Because it was so random. I was just playing a game, and she was like, do you guys know what 4-H camp is? You should try it out. And I was like, what even is that? But definitely, the stories, they would tell us, it added up. Some of them, some of the stories I experienced. But, I mean, yeah, it was about what I expected. It's just, I did feel like it was a lot of playground. It was, a lot. If they didn't have it on schedule, you just play on the playground for 3 hours, and it was kind of boring.
Free time, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, which there was some little things too, the pool was not fixed yet. It was supposed to be, so things like that, they had to go across the street. They had to plan for that. So sometimes if that didn't work out, it opened up free time, which, could get a little boring. But overall, would you say they kept you busy?
Yeah, they kept me busy.
Yeah. So we talked a little with Raelynn about Sally Down the Alley and how it was a wholesome way to get boys and girls together and enjoy that time and kind of foster moving into the crush era and the boyfriend-girlfriend era kind of situation. What did you think about Sally Down the Alley?
It was fun. I mean, obviously you have to have friends that are girls. You have to like talk to girls, but I mean you could do what boys do. It don't matter. But the coaches, or not the coaches, like the counselors, they would hype you up to like actually sally with a girl, and they would even sally themselves with other counselors and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Would you say that it helped you build any kind of confidence?
Yeah, I would definitely say that helped me build confidence. And if you didn't want to sally with people, there would be board games, and you would just dance to music because they knew every dance in the book there was.
Cool. So it sounds like you did love it, right?
Yep.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, where would you rate it?
Well, I mean, it really does just like debate on opinion, like whatever you like.
But what is your opinion?
Probably 7.5.
7.5. Okay, interesting. When we first picked him up, he said 1,000. But you're kind of on that camp high, right?
Yeah,
But would you go back?
definitely go back.
And would you tell other kids that they should try it?
Yes, I think that if you're watching this video right now, definitely give it a try at least once for your kids. See if they like it, see if they don't. But yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. So is there anything else you would like to add? Fun facts, stories, anything else?
Not really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. So that was really fun. Hopefully you got some perspective from their side as well, not just our side. So if it is something you've been on the fence about, or this is the first time you're hearing about it for your kids or your grandkids, definitely look into it because you can tell they had a great time. They love it. Wyatt especially talked a little bit about how it helped him gain self-confidence.
Yeah, which is
and
huge.
it did it for the both of them. They just soared. It was such a good place for them to be able to be themselves and make new friends and be interested in the things that they're interested in and not feel, odd or different about it. And the adults in those situations are just the absolute best. Our 4-H leader, I've gotten to be really good friends with her, and she just loves on all the kids so much, and she's just raising them to truly be their best selves.
Yeah, and the one thing I did want to add that I don't think we mentioned here, it's not just the week summer camp. They have weekly stuff that's happening at your local 4-H. You just need to contact, it's usually with the extension office?
Yes.
Yeah, so contact your local extension office. They can get you, lined up, get all the information because, like, our kids do weekly stuff, too. And your kids can, too.
Yep.
Was it a bug?
It was big.
Last quick side note about 4-H, they have adult stuff too. Adults can sign up and they can have adult classes as well. Okay, so that is just one piece of our old-fashioned summer that we're doing. We have been in the pool every night because this heat wave is crashing on all of us, I think. Actually, I think it's snowing in like Wyoming or Montana or something.
Not here.
Not here. It is I think it felt like 104 or 5 today, something insane. But that didn't stop us. The reason my face is so red because I actually just got back from the garden. So had to weed the pumpkin bed, and then we've got one of our first nice size harvests.
How many gallons?
This is 8 quarts.
8 quarts.
The bucket is.
And it's almost halfway full of green beans.
Actually, let's show. 3 quarts.
Oh yeah, a few cucumbers and I think a jalapeno. And then down here we've also got more cucumbers. We've got 4, 5, and then some banana peppers and jalapenos. So we're starting to get stuff in, and it's really exciting. It's not just flowers now; it's all kinds of food. So we're gonna have green beans for tonight.
Yeah.
That's every night. We're just eating out of the garden, whether it's vegetables, lettuce, whatever. It's going in. So it's great, and it's really cool. Obviously it's something we've done for many years now, but I think every year it just gets better and better.
That first harvest is always so special. Because I was watering and I like how green beans, they kind of fall over. I was like, oh, there's a lot on that plant. There was a lot on that plant. There's gonna be a lot on all the plants. So that was really exciting. But that first one will always be so special. So along with the kids, we have actually been putting ourselves out there a little bit more and hanging out with people. And the summer has never seemed to be too much of an issue because especially in our area, there's a lot of outdoor stuff to do. We always talk about it. If you're coming down into the Appalachian or in this area, summertime, you're going to stay busy. You're going to have a lot of fun. It's the winter times when it's just the worst because there's nothing to do like indoor wise. It's all outdoor stuff. But we've had people here every weekend for like the past 3 weeks, and it's going to keep going this weekend. It sounds like too. So that's a lot of fun getting to have adult mingling time, and then
kids playing together.
Yes,
There's been a lot of kids come over that the kids have got to be friends with. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, it has been really good. And then we got birthdays coming up. We got mine and Wyatt's coming up next month. We're trying to get that planned out, and it is just a fun, hectic, old-fashioned summer, but not too hectic, keeping it slow.
Yep.
So y'all, we hope you enjoyed today's video. We couldn't put up a bunch of stuff like at 4-H because one, other kids, but two, there's no electronics. Like our kids didn't have any electronics there, no other kids did. So it was just a very few pictures from like counselors and stuff, but for the privacy, we're not going to share those. But we did share some stuff up there, just showing some of the fun that we've been having, and if anything, just try to push you all to turn off the news, get outside, make it old fashioned, don't stretch yourselves out, and just enjoy the summer while we have it.
Yep.
So y'all, if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. We got all kinds of good stuff coming your way.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.